Alrighty, we're taking a look at Friday, October 22nd, 2021. Um, Chopped around quite a bit for the first hour, a little over an hour, which was rough, very rough. Um, Something I want to say on this is I am quite proud of my resilience this morning and my ability to stick with trading the chart. I That was something that I struggled with for a long time, and I think I've gotten to a place where I've overcome that, and I need to just trade the chart with what it presents. I got banged up early. I took one, two, three losses, and I think in the past, possibly with a different trading style, also, I would have stopped and just said, you know what, that's enough for today. I've taken a beating, but I stuck with it, and I am proud of that growth that I've gained to be able to stick with it because that's all you can do is trade the chart. You never know what it's going to present. So let's jump in. So here we are, market open. There's actually a good little downtrend leading up to market open, um, which you don't see that. I haven't seen that this last week. It's been pretty kind of just mute leading up to market open. So a couple minutes in, got this buy signal. Surprisingly, 3 minute didn't print until up here. It didn't show its face until up here. So I was up in the 44, 45 range is when I entered this. And it started out decent. You got to expect some kind of pullback if you're going to get into, um, a buy or sell signal on what the third bar, rather than this first bar. So I was in here around the 44, 45 range. Started nicely. Obviously, if I was in here, that's a two green bar exit all day long, and I would have been, would have cut out the risk. But I was in here, so only had a couple points that I was working with at that point. Mega drop from there, stopped me out right here. I believe it was around a 20-point loss. Continued downwards, and I was short right here. I actually think I was favorably filled in the 99 range. And as you can see, there's just no follow through, which is kind of chopped around. Potentially could have avoided that trade looking at ES and seeing that ES did not have any red on the chart, still had blue across the board. Regardless, I was just trading the chart. 99, I believe my stop was right here. So that one hurt. That was about a 30 point loss. So right out the gate, down 50. Brutal, brutal, brutal way to start. Um, kind of just, no trade zone, kind of chopping around a lot of green bars. Market can't make up its mind, get a buy signal right here, but of course have 3 and 2 minute resistance blocking the price. So here I was long again. Got agreement finally with the 2 and the 3 minute. And this is a trade that, if I was sticking with following ES, following the S&P, we're in a buy signal right here. So I would be taking that. So again, long in the 41 range. And this one shot up real nicely. If I'm locked in some kind of predetermined target profit, boom, dialed in, ran a little over 20 points. Was not doing that, but thankfully the stop was moved up, and so I only ended up losing about 5 or 6 points. So not great, but at least I didn't have a stop that was far away when it, fired back like this, very abruptly. And so, like I said, 3 losses right out the gate, which was brutal. I was down about 55, 56 points at that point. I mean, like, that's big. That's huge. Most people would be like, all right, let's call it a day. I stuck it out. Um, I One thing that kind of changed a little bit is I was a little hesitant with my trades. I actually waited for full confirmation on this one, I believe. I waited for the 3-minute sell to actually print itself and show its face. So I went short here at 04, stops up here since the trend had already been started essentially. Um, but 04, you can see it only ever really went against me about 10 points, a little maybe 11 points. So that really went against me too much. But look at this, it just stayed around my entry against it in the right direction for 20 minutes, a little over 20 minutes. I was just, and that's another thing I'm proud of myself for is, in the past, I think maybe if I would have gotten 5 points, 10 points, I would have just been like, you know what, I need to take this thing off. It's not, nothing's happening. I stuck with it, kept my stop where it was supposed to be, followed it down, and look at this. It just opened up. It just opened up. Once I saw this big bar, I knew that we were going to be in play a little bit. So something I did, that hindsight, it worked out perfectly. But I actually, I've been trading with a 100-point target profit. If it's going to get to 100 points, I want to snag that and just take it off. A lot of times when you get to that range, it's going to come back up and retrace a little bit. But with the way the morning had gone, I had shortened that to 75 points. And so I was in at 04 and I had a target profit around the 29. Yeah, I think it was 29 even. So I got out right there. And as you can see, obviously hindsight's 2020. If I would not have done that, a 2 green bar exit would have gotten me out around 34, 35. It did continue, and looking back, this thing ran what 130 points to like the very, very tip of it. So, crazy good trend. That's the stuff that you look for. That's what you're out for every day, is to catch one of those. And I'm glad I was able to stick with it, stick into that trend. I called it a day after that. Would have had a losing trade here. That's kind of in the dead zone, so maybe I wouldn't have taken that. But there's a nice little uptrend right there. A lot of times you can get one of these big downtrends. You can catch a little, that was a nice little, 40 or so pointer run. But what's great about that is, I was down around 55, 55 points. I hit this 75-point runner. Makes me up 20 points for the day after this just brutal morning. So I think it was a great lesson in, sticking with the chart, trading the chart, unwavering, and just being committed and taking every trade that presents itself, and not, forcing anything, and not passing anything up, but just trading everything that presents itself. So I'm very pleased with my trading this morning, given the way that the market was acting. Fake out, fake out, fake out, and then, boom, down. So not a, obviously not a huge profitable day, but I'm just pleased with the way I traded and that I was able to, come out in the green, overall. All right, so that was Friday, October 22nd, 2021. Cheers.